What is up, Nuggets? It's your boy, Killer Pizza, here with a brand new video for you rascals and rapscallions out there. As always, I hope everybody's having a great weekend, watching some spooky movies and whatnot. Currently here in Michigan, it is the same as I mentioned last week in my latest video. It is still a blizzard out here. Winter wonderland still. You know, you get pretty used to these winters in Michigan, you know, especially myself working outside for over 6 years at this point. But I'll tell you what, every February I get a little sick of this shit. You know, like, okay, we can end this now. But luckily it looks like next week is going to be in the 40s, so hopefully it melts some of the snow. But enough of the weather. I am not a weatherman. I am a movie man. So what we got here today is a movie collection update. I believe I have a dozen titles to show you guys, including Vinegar Syndrome haul from January, the January releases. So without further ado, let's get right into this. So 3 of the titles I'm going to show you guys right off the bat are 3 I've already shown, but I just had to mention them real quick because I like to log everything I pick up in these videos. So the first one is Rumpelstiltskin. This was the talk of the town, as a lot of you guys know. This released through TerrorVision. And this was actually my first time ever watching this movie. And I liked it. I won't lie. You know, like I said, I probably prefer it over Leprechaun. And it was fun. Like I said, my only critique was the baby crying like easily half of the movie was a little annoying. And I felt kind of bad for the baby, if I'm going to be quite honest. But next one, also Hot Tub Time Machine. I talked about this before. I love this movie. Just unapologetic, raunchy, sex comedy. Kind of a throwback to the 80s. A lot of good, funny actors in it. Classic. It's crazy to think movies like this that came out when I was younger are now like being considered classics. You know, they don't seem that old to me. You know what I mean? Time sure flies by. Okay, now here's one I didn't really show, but I had it on my shelf for my complete horror movie collection video. This is one I still haven't checked out yet, which I know I really need to, and that is The Substance. I've heard only good things about this movie. A lot of people have said this is their favorite movie of the year. Demi Moore, and kind of wish I would have gotten the 4K of this, but they did not have it at the store when I went there. And as much as I like ordering stuff online, it's just so tempting when you see it in the store in hand not to just buy it. And I also need to learn to not have to upgrade everything brand new to 4K. They make it a lot easier when you get a 4K and a Blu-ray in the same copy. But let me know in the comments if any of you guys have checked out this movie. I know I really need to. Pretty much Demi Moore was like a model or something when she was younger. And as she gets older, she finds a substance that can make her look young again. But then there's consequences to it, and apparently turns into a bit of a body horror movie. So I love that. I'm not the biggest body horror fan, but I love really good practical effects. And don't get me wrong, I love body horror. It's kind of like I always use this reference like as a pro wrestling fan. It's like I'm an Undertaker fan, but I don't consider myself a big Undertaker fan, because if you're a big Undertaker fan, there's a difference. I don't know if that makes sense, but that is what I'm going with. Okay, so now on to the stuff I haven't shown any of you guys yet. I picked this one up probably 2-3 weeks ago, and I still haven't cracked this one open yet. That is the 4K of Seven. And I'm going to open this up right now, actually, because I couldn't tell if this was a steelbook or not. I don't remember buying this as a steelbook. 7. It's definitely different packaging. What the hell? Oh, okay. Weird coming out that side. Okay, it's not a steelbook. Is it? That is some strange packaging. Yeah, that's odd. I guess the movies just slide out. But yeah, I haven't seen this one in a very, very long time. This shit almost is like magnetic. I don't know what the fuck this is, guys. But Seven, yeah, notoriously one of the more fucked up movies ever made. I haven't seen this since I was a child, so I didn't really quite understand it then. I do remember the ending of this movie, just word of mouth over the years. But this is one I'm excited to check out. This is one where, like, it will sit on my shelf for a while. I'm just going to wait until I'm in the right mood. You know what I mean? You ever just be sitting there and thinking, man, I want to watch Necromantic. Me neither, but certain films you need to be in the mood for. Okay, another one I've never seen before. I know this is a really good movie. I've heard good things, but that is Boogie Nights. Apparently, a movie about the porn industry in the late '70s and like kind of documenting that and everything. A lot of really good actors in there. It was like 94% on Rotten Tomatoes or something like that. Not that I really care too much about online ratings and everything, because there's a lot of bad movies I really like. But apparently, this is a really good one and a must see. So I'm gonna be excited to check that out for the first time. Okay, now when I say I don't need to upgrade everything, I fell for it, guys. I could not help myself. You know, I looked at my Scream Factory edition of this, and it's a 4K scan. I have the slip for it. That would have been perfectly acceptable, but I ended up picking up April Fool's Day. I think I'm just a sucker for this artwork. This is some of my very favorite artwork. I mentioned that in a couple videos back. And, you know, part of me wishes I would have started grabbing all the John Carpenter Scream Factory 4Ks when they first started coming out, because I think I just want to upgrade only my favorites, and that would be the John Carpenters included. Obviously, this isn't a Carpenter film, but this is one of my favorite slashers of all time. I grew up on this, and I kind of got a case of FOMO about this, and I had it in my Amazon cart, and I said, screw it, I'm going to pick it up. Interesting that Kino was the label to pick this up, but I love April Fool's Day. I'm pretty curious to see how much better this looks. All right, and I bought a sports documentary right here. I'm a big fan of the 30 by 30 movies. I am a big basketball fan, so I picked up the Bad Boys documentary. Like I said, I'm from Michigan. This is a really well-made documentary. It's funny, I was talking to a friend at work about this the other day, like how everybody must have hated the Bad Boys back then, but when it's your team, if they're cheating but they're winning, it's all good. So I love the Detroit Bad Boys. You know, if you're from Michigan, it's a team we all hold in high regard here. Yep, so the Bad Boys. And I know what you guys are thinking. I've had a Lakers flag behind me for the longest time, so that must be sacrilege as a Pistons fan. To clear things up, you know, I just don't have another flag over that. Just been there for a while. And I'm not too big of a Lakers fan in the current day. I'm a big fan of the Showtime Lakers and the Kobe Bryant era and all that. And when they had Shaq, you know. I'm a big LA sports fan. Okay, now here is another one I've actually never seen that I picked up from Walmart. I'm excited to see a lot of these Quentin Tarantino movies get put out on 4K, but we have Jackie Brown, apparently a group of different types of people all are in some kind of suit or something, or they're in some kind of scheme to each profit with like $500,000 or something like that. Never seen it, only heard good things. I love Pam Grier, and you got Samuel Jackson, Robert Foster, Bridget Fonda, Michael Keaton, and Robert De Niro. So can't go wrong there. I kind of want to get into collecting every single Quentin Tarantino movie. Like hopefully the Hateful Eight or whatever that is gets a 4K soon. So I want to get them all, even though I'm not a big fan of Kill Bill Volume 1 or 2. But Jackie Brown, I'm sure this is going to be pretty dang good. A lot of his movies around that time were something special too. So anyways, on to my Vinegar Syndrome package. I didn't get much. I got 4 titles. So first of all, I'm pretty excited for this one. A VHS Street Trash Special with Joe Bob Briggs. This is the first one of these I've ever collected, and interesting to get a VHS tape in the mail, brand new. But this was one that was limited to like a very small amount of copies. And I woke up in the morning right when the sale went on, and I caught this, and I think this sold out in a matter of hours. So I finally got some luck when it comes to stuff like that. I wouldn't mind picking all these up. If I might have to do a little research. I know this is like a reprint of the first one they did. But yeah, it would be fun to own a lot of these. So I'm going to keep my eye open and try to keep collecting these. And there it goes into my VHS collection next to my Terrifier 2. So I'm supposed to be getting this Umbrella Ultimate Terrifier set soon. It has the Terrifier 3 VHS in it. It said it's shipped. It says it's in LA. But man, by the time it gets here, it's going to be almost 4 months of wait. That's crazy. So I'll probably be doing an unboxing of that next week. If you guys are still interested in seeing that, I'm sure everybody's either gotten theirs, but me, everybody's at least seen it online. So I'll probably still do an unboxing for that. Okay, and when I picked that up, I also grabbed this that came out at the same time, the remake of Street Trash. Now, I was really iffy about this to begin with. In case you guys don't know, I mentioned it a gajillion times. The original Street Trash is the reason I made this channel. I started recollecting again. I watched it for the first time, and it just was a trip for me. And I was like, who the hell do I even talk to about this? You know what I mean? So that was kind of the idea of me starting the channel. Like, okay, I need to just ramble on about what I think of this movie. And I was a little iffy on this one, but I've heard mixed things. I know at least the gore is pretty good, and I hate to be that guy with like the slip covers and everything, but look at this release. Cover, Melt the Rich, love the colorful spine. Come on now. Now that is a quality release. That's some cool shit. I guess the plot's a little different here. They're like on some island or something, like in, Australia. And the rich are kind of like bringing down the poor people, segregating them, and they got to fight back or whatever and start killing off the rich people. So, I don't know. So anyways, during this sale, they had like the $10 Blu-rays, and you could add to your cart. That's the first time I ever used that option, which worked pretty well for me. And this one caught my eye, and I asked in a group page about it, and somebody told me this is a must-have. Shredder Orpheus? Is that how you say it? Shredder Orpheus? Right here. As you guys know, I used to be a former sponsored skateboarder in my youth. And I'm a big punk rock fan, so pretty much anything punk rock or skateboarding I like to pick up. And yeah, okay. The moral world faces imminent destruction when the Hades unleashed an evil television signal that captures the kills. I'm not reading all this. I think a rock and roll skateboarder comes back to fight some people in a really cheesy action movie. So I could be wrong. I could be right. And if I'm wrong, I don't want to be right. Now here's the talk of the town right here. The Belle of the Ball. Now talking about mixed reviews. This is the last thing in my package, by the way. Iced. Nice gloss on the goggles right there. Now, this is a slasher movie that was only out on VHS before. I've never seen this one before. I've heard very mixed things. I've heard more people say it's bad than good. But to be quite honest, I think Uncle Bill from Dead Pit Radio said this one time, anything slasher he'll buy. I'm pretty much the same, especially anything from the 80s I'm going to pick up. That's my favorite genre, followed by zombie flicks. So even if it's bad, I'm excited to check it out. And, you know, a lot of the reasons people said this was bad are things that would make me kind of like the movie, if that makes sense. I know they said it's like atmospheric and gets a little too soap opera-y, but you know, I like details in the characters in a slasher movie. Maybe I'm weird, but that's just me. And I heard there were some creative kills and a very fun ending. But this is another one. It's got to be out of print by this point through Vinegar Syndrome. So, Iced. Excited to pick this one up. I'll probably watch that very soon because I want to get through like a lot of like winter themed movies. I want to throw on, you know, The Thing, The Shining. I'll watch Ice. I'll get Blood Tracks in. And then even I still haven't checked out A Simple Plan, the Sam Raimi movie. So a lot of these winter movies I'm going to get in before the spring starts. But anyways, that is my haul. That is everything I have picked up. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments if you guys own any of these, if you've seen any of these. And yeah, some interesting things coming up on the channel. Like I said, I'm going to have that unboxing for that big Terrifier set, whether you guys have seen it already or not. I ordered that censored t-shirt too that they didn't show the image online, and I still haven't seen what that actually is. So hopefully I'll be able to show you guys that if it's not too brutal. The irony of buying a shirt with like brutal shit on it, because I'm never going to wear that in public. But anyways, and then April 6th, so I know that's still a ways away, but April 6th is going to be Astronomicon. I'm going to go checking out with some friends. I'll get some video there. And then towards the end of April, the big convention out at Static Tape Video. And yeah, I guess I didn't need to announce any of that. That's quite a while away. But I still plan on doing that last video store visit as well. But anyways, I am ranting and rambling on at this point. Caffeine, man. Caffeine. But either way, like I said, hopefully everybody's having a good one, watching some good movies and whatnot, and I will check you guys next time.